Ora, no mai haru mai, and welcome along to another episode of The Ditch. I'm Madison Bartlett.
And I'm Adam Blair, and I'm looking fly. Let's take a look at what's up in this week's episode.
NRLW kicks off this week, and who better to chat to than ex-Bronco, Queenslander and Kiwi enforcer Rona Peters.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sad, forgot it.
He is the most recognised rugby league player in Aotearoa. We chat with the Informed Warriors winger and fan favourite Dallin Watine-Zalesniak.
That is mean. Until the lines start going like this.
And from small town up north to playing top class footy in Aussie, Wests Tigers superstar Botille Vette-Welsh joins us in the studio.
Oh, I haven't had many haters. I had a sugar mama.
Looking forward to catching up with the heartiest Maori wahine from the far north taipa, Botille.
Sure, my Maori.
Harder than you as well. Okay, let's check out these highlights. Remember the Will Smith slap? Well, this week we've got a new version thanks to Hetherington.
Open hand slap. I give 10 for those, Coop.
We're about to find out if they do or not.
What an angry dude.
Then a bit later, Papali'i slaps the Knights back with this rampaging run.
Oh, yes! They won't go away! And the Tigers score!
Sorry about it.
The Cowboys keep riding as Holmes gave Hamoli a taste of his own medicine.
He has thrown the kitchen sink.
I thought Valentine's Day was in February. Sorry about it.
The Warriors boys were cracking open some coconuts to celebrate another big win.
Here is another coconut.
Plus the Bro-Chans must have listened to my advice last week. How else do you explain those smooth moves?
Chance nickel cook style.
He's just a cool guy. Nothing to do with you, Koro.
Too soon, Maddie. Too soon.
That's probably what the Dolphins fans were saying as Leota was gunning them down post-try.
And a chance for the Panthers. Leota needed a bounce. He got one looking for support. He can't find anybody. He doesn't need anybody. Gunning them down.
And minutes later, Tungle makes the perfect start for the Panthers by leading the Dolphins defence in the rear view.
Still going is Tungle. O'Sullivan's there. He couldn't catch Leota and he can't catch Isaac Tungle.
Those were all pretty mean, but the real action starts this weekend with the girls in the NRLW. Sorry about it.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, that's because I've been in Aussie so much.
Must be nice.
You wouldn't know.
How do I get on there?
You can't.
Ask the boss.
No way.
Come on, please.
The A-team only. We caught up with Rona Peters.
What year were you playing Kiwis?
Oh, don't ask me that. That's been...
Wikipedia will know that one.
I don't know.
Here is Young getting out of dummy half. Goes back to Sims. Oh, Rona Peters comes across to Apps. There's Rona Peters once again. She gets you and she doesn't let go.
Well, Papakura. It was nice and quiet when I was growing up there. You know, we got to play out the backyard and bash each other up with my siblings and my brother. I actually just moved over here for something different. I didn't come here for footy. I just moved over to get away from lifestyle back home.
And you've had the chance to play in Origin and you've played for the Kiwi Ferns. I know eligibility's changed a little bit now, but what was it like for you playing Origin?
It was pretty tough.
The game on the line for New South Wales. Oh, what a hit! Rona Peters. Whooshka.
That was probably one of the best things I've ever done, was get selected in that and played, I think I played 5 years of it? No, 6. Oh, I don't know, something like that, but it's the best. It's like how the men's play. We felt like, you know, you can watch it back home and then say you want to go for New South Wales and Queensland, but when you get to play in it, it's pretty wicked.
And how was it for you when you had to make that decision? Because you were kind of in the midst of when they changed the eligibility rules. I know you got told if you continue to play State of Origin, you can't play New Zealand anymore.
Well, I sort of moved over and New Zealand whacked me with a 5-year stand down if I wanted to play for the Jillaroos. So I sort of just left it like that, but because of the opportunity of getting to play for Origin was massive. Not in terms of like what we get looked after with, but it's the opportunity to be able to represent. And you know, like I said, you get to watch it in New Zealand, but being a part of it is something else.
And then similar to the Māori Ferns jersey then, did you feel like being able to wear that jersey then filled the void of having the Kiwi Ferns jersey?
Yeah, and that's what it was. So that's why I had to make that opportunity a big one, because I didn't get to obviously play Kiwi Ferns again. Well, I didn't make myself available. So then making Māoris was even better. And I got to do it with my sisters, so that's probably the best part about it.
Recently there's been a comp named after you and your sisters back home. What's that like for you guys?
No, that's pretty cool, for especially up north, because there's nothing really happening up there other than I think they only have rugby up north, so something like that is pretty cool, I reckon.
And obviously you've got whānau playing in, you know, the NRLW as well, cousins.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about those people?
Who's my cousins?
Bo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sad, forgot it.
Nah, everyone wants to say they're your cousins. Nah, yeah, got Bo. She's signed at the Tigers now. It's good to see her doing something good for our people, especially from back up north. So it'd be good to see her back in the NRLW. Quick little girl.
The A team was lucky enough to head over to Aussie again and catch up with Loons. And we are now lucky to be joined in studio by her cousin, Botille. Welcome to the whare.
Thanks for having me.
Bo, can you tell us, whereabouts did you grow up?
I was born and raised up north in a place called Taipa, which is near Kaitaia, and then made the move over to Sydney, Australia when I was 14.
Cool. And did you start playing footy straight away when you got over there?
So we played rugby union up north. We didn't have league up there for a bit, and then once we moved over to Aussie, stayed in rugby sevens and touch just to make some friends, and then jumped over to league with the rest of the girls that jumped ship.
What was growing up in Taipa like?
It was mean. It was all good. Yeah, as we're right on the beach. Our school's on the beach. It's paradise, eh? No people. Everyone like wonders if there's Wi-Fi and stuff up there. But there is. We're TVs. We're pretty sorted. No, it was all good.
Did you have to journey down to Whangarei to get seen, or did you just play up in there? How was it, I guess, that journey of playing rugby and then trying to make it and then make that move?
Yeah, it was a lot of travelling. I have 4 siblings, and my 2 older brothers used to go with my dad to their rugby trainings, and then my mum had to take me and my other brother around, and it was all travelling down to Auckland or Whangarei to have any type of opportunity, and that was our whole reason of why we moved over to Aussie, so that we're not travelling 4 or 5 hours every couple of days to be seen or to have the best opportunity, and go over there and you're 10 minutes down the road from one of the best opportunities you'll get.
And then, so how have you journeyed into the NRLW then? How did you break through?
Oh, my first crack was someone got pregnant, so they needed a player, and I was next in line. And yeah, literally, I played Roosters 2018 first NRLW season, and yeah, one of the girls, Nakia Davis-Welsh, got pregnant, and they needed a person to fill her spot, and that was literally my foot in the door. And then from there, I've been able to seal a spot for the last couple of years.
And what was the transition like playing rugby then moving to rugby league?
It was hard, eh? I had no idea. I obviously didn't really watch league either, being up north. Over in New Zealand, you want to be an All Black. So, yeah, jumping onto the league train was pretty hard. I wasn't very good, to be honest. I only played that one game and then got shafted. So I was pretty average, to be honest. But yeah, I really enjoy it now. It's very technical. Everyone has to be very skillful. So yeah, it's heaps of fun.
And then obviously you're born and bred here in New Zealand, but you've chosen to play for the Jillaroos. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it was probably a massive decision. As I said, everyone that's grown up in New Zealand sees that yellow jersey and straight away you're an enemy. But yeah, I think I was still learning the game of rugby league. I was very lucky to have the option of choosing between the two, and I'm obviously a proud Māori woman and would always want to put the silver fern on my jersey, but just being like a learner and not knowing the game, I think the better opportunity was to play for the Jillaroos. There's a lot of camps that you can go through and a lot of different levels of rep teams that you can grow and learn from, so yeah, it was a pretty tough decision, but yeah, probably the better for me.
How supportive has your family been of obviously that decision, but then of your journey? So leaving home, coming over to Australia, moving, did you move with your whole family? How supportive have they been?
Yeah, so I moved with my older brother and my mum. My dad was already in Aussie on a coaching scholarship, something like that.
Is he good?
Yeah, he'll tell you he's good. Yeah, so my brothers didn't like the decision. My dad had to forcefully make them all wear a Australian jersey to my first test match, and they were hating it. And as soon as that whistle blew, it was straight off and it was back to the Kiwis jersey. So yeah, I guess they want to see me do good, but they also would love to have seen me wearing a black and white jersey. But when you have siblings, you always want to see your sibling and your family do good in life. So I think they've jumped on the back of me, and my brothers are always the biggest and first to critique everything I do. So I got bumped off in my first test match, and there's a photo of me like on my butt, and the girl ran straight over me, and that was the family fun photo for a long time.
So obviously you've got connections to New Zealand, which is home. When Australia and New Zealand are playing each other, what's the family like then? Are they supporting you or they're supporting Australia?
They support me. So just me, and then as soon as
I just wanted to clear that up real quickly.
I'm the same though. I support the girls, and then as soon as the boys are on, it's back to the men's team.
Me.
Yeah.
Love that.
Kicked down to Vette-Welsh, and St George Jillaroos fullback goes straight through.
Oh, a shoulder and a goal.
Here is
And
a
some
run.
speed.
Got some speed, all right. But a centre off to Western Spring Speedway.
Oh, Vette-Welsh glides her way into space and now taking on her fellow fullback right through Teitzel. Here she comes again, Vette-Welsh. Right through, Bo Vette-Welsh gets it to Penatani.
Space for Vette-Welsh. She doesn't need that much territory.
On the left-hand side, out the back, Bo Vette-Welsh in the corner, try time.
2 weeks in the bubble, they won't waste a second.
And Vette-Welsh goes straight through. The two fullbacks coming together. But it's Vette-Welsh who scores a try out wide.
Setbacks, we all go through them as athletes and professional athletes and playing at the highest level. ACL early last year in the competition. How was your mindset? What did you need to do to get back into shape to be able to ready to play this year?
Yeah, it was tough, eh? It was a massive year for the women's game last year. We had the World Cup, Origin, 2 NRLW seasons. So once I done my ACL, it was all floodgates open. I was devastated because I knew how much I was missing out on all the opportunities and travelling and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty stink, eh? It's a tough mental battle more than it is a physical battle, because obviously you get hurt. It's not that big of a deal, but when you're out for a whole year and you miss out on all the opportunities and all the fun stuff that you do because you love it, it's pretty tough. But it's a long journey and it takes a lot of hard work. And I reckon just because you know where you were in your mind and what you thought your body is definitely not where it is coming out on the outside of the injury. So just kind of learning how to, compare yourself to the day before instead of comparing yourself to pre-injury.
What was sorry, Adam.
No, it was so good.
What was your mindset like around World Cup time? Because I know it's one thing to miss out on selection, but you didn't even have the chance to be selected. So what did you do around, that World Cup time?
Oh, I was pretty gutted, eh? Lots of FOMO. I'd love to have gone on the trip. Not to say that I would have even made it, but that slight chance that I would have been in there, even if I was 18th man and I just got to travel Europe and support the girls' game and stuff like that is pretty massive. At the start, I kind of tried to figure out where my place is. Like NRLW second season, I felt like I let everyone down because I wasn't able to play. So I kind of just bought heaps of tickets to the games and just went and sat and got drunk in the sidelines, just, show my support. Purchasing a ticket, giving back to the game and just supporting everyone. I think I got lost and, poor me, I didn't get to play, but then at the same time, someone else got an opportunity to be in that spot, and it's a time where we got to, celebrate women's sport and get behind each other. So it was pretty stink, but grateful to be where I am and where I was and had those experiences. So there's no point worrying about me. It's all about cheering for everyone else.
And how was the club when you obviously did your ACL? You were at the Eels and there was that second season coming up. Were they supportive? Did they look after you?
Yeah, the Eels were pretty good. I had my contract, my multi-year contract locked in to be signed at the end of that game, and unfortunately lost the whole thing after getting injured. But it worked out well. They looked after my surgery, looked after my rehab, and then once that second season kind of kicked off, they brushed me to the side. And grateful for them paying for everything. But yeah, it kind of worked out well, because if I had locked in that contract, I wouldn't have been able to sign with the Tigers, and that's been my home club for the lower grades for the last 5 years. So blessing in disguise, I reckon.
I think that's one thing that is a lot different to the men's game. Obviously, we were only able to sign those year-by-year contracts, and now the multi-contracts have come out. How do you think that's going to be beneficial to the women's game now?
It's going to be really beneficial. I think it's just a bit of security, eh? We all play year by year and try and balance everything, but now that you know you got your set contract sorted, you kind of sort it for those couple of years, and then you can kind of just flourish off the back of it. You're not sitting there waiting like, oh, if I play stink now, if I'm rubbish now, where am I going to go next year? Who's going to want me? Yeah. But you're sorted for the 2 years, and you can, enjoy your footy and play your best footy.
Got RTD2 over there just doing his thing until the lines start going like this. The bro's been drinking on the job.
For Dallin Watene Zelezniak.
It's Dallin Watene Zelezniak.
Watene Zelezniak is there. He flies. He scores.
Ko Tainu te waka, ko Hauraki te whenua, ko Ngāti Maru te iwi, ko Moihau te monga, ko te kapa te awa, ko Dallin ahau. Yeah, I was born in Waikato Hospital, grew up in Hamilton for a little bit, and yeah, my family now are residing in Ngāruawāhia at the moment, and I get down there quite a bit, but yeah, it started at College Old Boys. Yes, Morgs, I remember coming back for a holiday one time and running the water for College Old Boys, and Morgs was playing for Ngāruawāhia Panthers, so yeah, that was pretty cool, and to see him doing well is awesome. My first Penrith team I played in was under 12s. I remember that. It was actually like you feel like you made NRL and you pull that jersey on for the first time. Sort of, yeah, just 13s, 14s, 15s Harold Matts, and yeah, you just go up through the ranks, and I was very fortunate enough, yeah, to debut when I was 18. It's pretty, still feels surreal when you talk about it. Like, when you go to get scans and that, and you feel like the thing, and they go, oh, do you smoke, do you drink? And I would put no, and they're like, oh, you don't drink at all? And like not even like a little bit here and there. I'm like, oh, no, actually I haven't touched it. And they don't believe you, because I think we got that perception of being rugby league players that that's all we do is we drink and just turn up on Saturdays and play.
And the Dogs, they think they're not quite done with yet.
Yeah, I went to the Bulldogs. Probably wasn't playing my best football there. I grew up loving Will Hopewadi play too, so it was, I had Remus Smith there, he was a good mate of mine as well. And when the opportunity came to go to the Bulldogs, they were big draw cards for me. Hopper taught me a lot there, because he's from the same faith as well, and taught me a lot in terms of preparation and the way, like, it was nice to be able to be around someone that's like away from football, is on the exact same path as me.
This is just his 5th try in 2 and a bit seasons.
And then yeah, they decided to go in a different direction and wanted to move me on. And to be honest, I thought I was just gonna hang the boots up, and I felt like I still had more in me, but it was more mentally. I got home one day and my wife was like, well, you got this, I booked this meeting with this sports mind coach. His name's Johnny Novak. She goes, it's up to you if you want to take it or not, but I've spent some money, so you take it or leave it. So I was like, she sort of threw me in the deep end. And I remember actually my first session with him, I came out to my wife and I go, you need to book me more sessions. That was the best thing I ever done.
So you're saying, bro, at 25, you're gonna chuck it in?
Yeah, it was tough. Like, the thing about our sport is your moods, your whole life's dictated on results. And I look back now, I'm like, man, I'm so grateful that my wife actually got Johnny Novak and sort of turned things around for me. And I like to share this with the youth, and that when I talk to them, that don't think when you stuff up, it's the end of the world like this. I think that's one thing I've changed, is I've put more time and effort into my wife and kids. The more off-field's good, then on-field looks after itself.
Oh yes, and Dallin! Oh, that is pretty!
You've been in it from the start, when rugby league wasn't a career for women, to now where you can make a living. What do you think, what else has changed between when you first started to now?
I think just the investment in the grassroots and the pathways for young girls, young boys coming through. It's not we play till we're under 12s and then we wait till we're under 18s to be able to come back and have a crack. There's pathways now from 12s to 14s, 16s, 18s, and now women's. It's just a clear, direct path to make it. It just makes it easier. Everyone's skills are so much better. There's not a gap in the playing ability now. The young girls that are coming through are so sharp too, so it's makes it scary for us older girls to see all the young talent coming through.
When I first started playing league, or when I came into the NRLW season, you were a big name that was being floated around. How did you take that pressure?
I don't think it was. I didn't really feel the pressure. I still thought I was pretty average, and I still think I'm pretty average now, and I think there's heaps to learn and grow in my personal game. But I think it was more like the people knowing your name and like asking for photos. I still find that real like uncomfortable and awkward because I'm like, oh, what do you need that for? But yeah, I think I just I don't really like the limelight. I'd rather work hard and grind away without any attention. So yeah, it was a bit uncomfortable, but I guess I'm grateful to be cool, I guess.
What about social media? There's obviously a lot of pressure now, and now that the women's game has become a profession. How do you take the social media stuff? Because it is pressure from the outside noise. How do you take that? Again, you are a good player and you play really well and you've played at the highest levels. So there is pressure that comes with the way that you perform. How do you handle that stuff? Yeah,
I think it is a little bit tough at the start because obviously I don't like the limelight. I like to be kind of under wraps and doing my own thing. I don't like my private life or personal stuff being out and about. But as Maddie said, in order to get sponsors and stuff nowadays and all the free stuff, you got to put your profile on public and and putting your profile on public comes with good opportunities with sponsorship, but it also comes with all the crazy out the gate fans. Some fans, some
haters.
I haven't had many haters. I had a sugar mama.
Yeah.
This chick offered me 20 to 30K to be her missus.
Oh, yeah.
It was very tempting, but I had to decline. I've had a couple of stalkers that turn up because I just don't know the difference between someone who just is a fan of the game and I feel like I owe them to give them back experience and like tickets to games and stuff, and then she rocks up to the games with my face and then turns up at our hotel rooms and stuff like that. Wow. So it's it's very interesting, but I think it comes. I am lucky enough I haven't had much hate and just the weirdos, but the weirdos are the ones that make our game kind of go around. Like if it wasn't for these fans that are so diehards for the club, then the club wouldn't be where it is, and got to give back to those who support you, and even if it's a strange way.
Just as a group here, we're happy to put a koha into a hat for you to bump off Maddie whenever you get a chance when you play. So not run around it, because I know you can already do that, you're way quicker than her, but to bump her off, we'll put chuck a koha up, okay?
Oh, I'm not very strong. I'm pretty sure Mads will definitely put me on my butt.
Oh, there's a koha coming out.
Everyone wants to say they're your cousin.
Rona Peters.
But RTD2 over there just doing his thing.
Try. Here we go. He's in again.
But that's a bit too far.
The two fullbacks coming together, but it's Vette-Welsh who scores a try out wide.